And we start in the Ardennes with Sedan taking on Sochaux. Two of the clubs more recently promoted from the second division. Sochaux in their first season back in Division 1 doing really well, starting the game in 8th, and Sedan in great recent form. Beaten against Marseille, but before that 6 games unbeaten and moved themselves out of the bottom 2. Early pressure from Sochaux, who've been beaten in 2 of their last 3 games. In a little bit of trouble, beaten very comfortably by the leaders Lens at home, and in terrible home form, but they got off to the best start. Stéphane Crousset on the counter-attack. Could he finish up against Regnault? And Stéphane Crousset with his 3rd goal of the season. Half an hour into the game, Sedan pushing forward. Excellent home record, Sedan. They've lost only once here. 5 draws, though, have been a problem. And this bad start most certainly was. Pierre-Alain Frère, the big marksman for Sochaux, hasn't scored in a couple of months, but Crousset giving Henri Stambouli something to think about, and Sochaux, the goal gave them a bit of confidence. Header was well wide from Rashke. The home fans getting a little bit impatient as we approached half-time. But Julien Puig, signed from Sion in Switzerland, this youngster, has been a real find. A 3rd start for the young Frenchman and a 2nd goal scored against Marseille, and this similarly cool finish past Fernandez. Good scouting from Sedan. They don't have much money, but they picked up this boy Puig, and he's doing really well for them. On to the second half, and the goal just before half-time giving Sedan confidence. Forward by Capron. The ball in, and was it a tug? The referee, Laurent Duhamel, deciding that Flachet, the captain of Sochaux, had fouled Seldron, and a penalty for Sedan. The replay fairly inconclusive. The chance for Ludovic Assoir to put them 2-1 up, and he took it. And the shirt says for Richard Jezierski, the defensive player who was injured pretty badly in the last game and is out for a considerable time. Real team spirit, real bonding at Sedan. Jean Fernandez watching on, made a couple of changes, nearly made the difference. Pierre-Alain Frère aimed at Santos. He was the scoring sensation in Division 2, Santos. Hasn't really replicated it at the top level. Credit to Sochaux, they pushed for that equaliser. Nearly got it with a chance for Santos, and the blaze overlay. 3 consecutive home wins for Troyes, and a debut for Rennes for the former Montpellier player Mao Lida. Seemed a strange move to go from Montpellier, been doing so well, to Rennes. Mao Lida felt that he needed it, though. Troyes in the blue, pushing forward early, one of the most entertaining sides in France. Entertained their way to 6th place in the league as well. Knocked down by Boutal for Gousset. Nicolas Gousset is really the man in form at the moment. 9 goals so far this season for Troyes. Lovely chest down by Boutal. Unlucky Gousset. Good with either foot. Good stop by Durand. And a chance for Rennes to push forward. Rennes starting the game 3 points clear of relegation. 16th place. Christophe Leroux had driven them to an excellent win in midweek with 2 goals, but they looked to have taken the lead here when Olivier Solin blasted the ball past Cassar. But it was ruled out by Pascal Bielot for an offside. And it was when the ball was played forward there, and it must have been so close here. Great finish from Solin. Christian Gourcuff couldn't believe it. So Rennes with an excellent start. They're playing confidently at the moment. They feel they can play their way clear of relegation. As the free kick was played in here, and then the shot driven in, deflected past Durand. Patrice Loco with the goal. And guess who it was deflected off? The man whose goal had just been disallowed, Olivier Saulin. It's driven in, it just nicks off Saulin. Loco's 6th of the season. And that came on 16 minutes. The former French international Patrice Loco. Change for Troyes. Lubamba replacing Danjou. They do like to give their young players a chance, rather like Nantes to Troyes. At the other end, though, Laurent Battlers, the former Bordeaux player, battling his way forward. Just couldn't keep the shot down. He's been a real coup. Excellent signing for Rennes in the transfer window. Just the sort of player they need to get them away from relegation. Battling in the midfield. Battlers again going forward and going down. And winning the penalty, the foul by Thomas. Pascal Villeo at the centre of controversy. It gave Christophe Leroux the chance to get his 3rd goal in 2 games. Cassar nearly stopped it, but couldn't keep Leroux's effort out, and he knows how lucky he was there. Elected to blast it, and the power took it through. Troyes play with such confidence at home, and you always know that they're going to push men forward. The best chance fell to Boutal. He scores his fair share of goals from midfield, but he really dragged the shot there. He's often guilty of that, panicking in front of goal. Gousset so nearly on the end of it. Boutal again. Forward towards Thomas. This was Nicolas Gousset. Lovely play, but the shot dragged wide by Nibet. Durand not tested as much as he should have been here. Troyes just missing the width that Jérôme Rottin gave them. He's gone to Monaco. And then also had their chances. Good open game and a good block there by the player who gave away the penalty, Thomas. This was Mubamba, the substitute. Great ball in, and surely for Gousset, but he was stretching. To be fair to him, wasn't his night. The good thing about Nicolas Gousset is he always gets himself into the position to score. Makes his own luck. Monterrubio with the ball forward to Mao Leader, looking for a goal on debut. Good work by Cassar. Played in by Gregoire. Cassar came for it, got nowhere near it. And the goal for Mao Leader ruled out because of a foul by Lucas in the centre, and you can't really see it. Allegedly a push. Boutal's had a great stop by Durand. Did really well to claw this from under his crossbar. And in the end, it would have been unfair for either side to lose it. Troyes' run of 3 consecutive home wins.
As we prepare for the second half, what must be going on in the locker room of Albert Aymon, whose Marseille side looked like really league beaters in that first 23 minutes and then faded horribly. Here was a goal by Dalmat, and what a goal it was. The best goal of the first half, although it may be all in vain. The former Nantes player might be a Nantes player yet again, or he may be permanent here for Marseille, but that goal was tremendous. Never looked at the goal until the end, because Alandre, you have all my attention now. And then things got out of hand, and really, not deservedly, I mean, Marseille really unlucky here as it skimmed off the backside of Stefano Torrisi. Matteo Berson gets his first goal of the season. That easily could have gone anywhere else, but it went to the only place where the keeper could not have saved it, behind him. Then in minute 39, the long ball by Olivier Kant. Torrisi heads it up. Vedran Runia way off his line. And Marama Vahirua shepherds that flock of sheep in. And there's where I was telling you how Torrisi didn't argue anything. He said, let's just move on. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not. 2-1. And then in the final minute, this was where Marseille just fell asleep. They were unlucky on the first 2 goals, but this is just poor defending. That went right through 3 defenders. No one even made a stab at it. And Matteo Berson gets his 2nd goal of the game, 2nd goal of the season. And not climbing the hill, and at home it'll be